We'll continue to use the Burton and King article about the health benefits of writing as an example. Before moving on to the next slide, please go to page 154 of that article, page 5 in the PDF file. When we identified the focus of this article, we noted that the authors were interested in 3 variables: positive writing, mood, and physical health. That helps us know what to look for. In the last video, I noted that operational definitions would be detailed in the Methods section, so we know we can start there. Skimming the section, the first variable we see is mood. We can use the highlighted information to summarize the operational definition. Your notes on the article summary template should include at least the information included in the example in this slide. Note that the summary template includes a note about recording the citation, if available. This is an example of where a citation isn't included, so we can assume the authors developed the measure for this study. We'll have 2 more variables still, though, so we'll continue skimming the method section. In the procedure section, we find the first mention of the writing manipulation, where we learn that they operationalized it in terms of writing for 20 minutes a day for 3 consecutive days. The header Writing Instructions below the procedures signals that we'll find more information about the operational definition of writing. The details about the manipulation are a bit more detailed. For the article summary, we can summarize them as I've done in the slide. We know that health was the other variable of interest. If we continue reading, we can find the operational definition for that variable in the last paragraph of the Writing Instructions sections, although it really doesn't fit with that heading. We can use the highlighted information to summarize the operational definition. Your notes on the article summary template should include at least the information included in the example in this slide. If you have not already done so, please make sure to add your notes to the corresponding sections of the article summary template before moving on. We'll return to O'Hare and Scherer to practice identifying variables. Locate the necessary information in the article and make notes in the corresponding section of the article summary template. Pause this presentation to complete that activity before moving on. We identified stress symptoms, substance abuse, and gender as the variables of interest. The operational definition of gender is typically self-report, so we won't need to look for that, but we will skim the methods section for information for the other variables. The Measures heading on page 34 of the article helps signal we might be in the right place, and the first paragraph confirms we are. We can use the highlighted information to summarize the operational definition for stress. Your notes on the article summary template should include at least the information included in the example in this slide. We know we need to keep reading to find the operationalization for the substance abuse measure. It is also helpful to remember that the hypothesis listed 3 ways they operationalized the variable: the Alcohol Use Disorders Identification Test, AUDIT, the Alcohol Change Index, and the frequency of marijuana use. The next header on page 35 of the article summarizes the section will include information about the audit. Your notes on the article summary template should include at least the information included in the example in this slide. Note that this does provide an example of working with information that is presented a bit differently. First, there does not appear to be a citation for the audit itself. It would be provided in the first sentence where they identify the instrument and explain the content. The citations in the second paragraph signal credibility, though, by indicating it has been used in other published work. Also, they don't use the formal terminology, but the information about correlating with the MAST suggests another check of validity. Without the information in the hypothesis, it might have been easy to overlook the additional operationalizations of substance abuse since they start in the next page. It's always good practice to continue to skim the method, though, in case the authors don't give another signal that there are multiple operationalizations. Your notes on the article summary template should include at least the information included in the example in this slide. These are additional examples where the authors do not include a citation for the measure itself, but signal credibility in discussing how it compares to other measures, otherwise known as validity. You might have gotten the impression that the information about the operational definitions can be presented in a number of different ways, and that's an accurate impression. As we've noticed, authors don't always present measures consistently within an article, let alone across articles. It's important to consider the information they do provide, though, as it helps us understand what the authors are really talking about when they discuss their findings. Having the names of measures and citations, when available, can also be helpful in later stages of the research process.